I came into yoga teacher training so that I could integrate the political and the spiritual and really offer a tool for movement spaces.
The PSA for all the yoginis out there who are afraid to really get into handstand because of the queef that happens. Listen, it's just air. Don't be scared.
But seriously, I was really interested in, as a prison abolitionist, what does it mean to hold space for ourselves as we think through trauma, hurt, harm, and liberation?
Pedal. No, put your feet on the pedals though. Put your feet on the pedals.
Boo, 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 boo. Oh, wait a minute. You all right?
It has also helped me to see that yoga can be something that happens everywhere, on the trolley, in the meeting, in the classroom, and that I have the capacity to hold myself before I hold space for others. This is Hiram Rivera, Executive Director of Philadelphia Student Union, a youth organizing organization here in Philadelphia. This is his first time doing yoga.
Experience was for you?
The experience was challenging. It was new, but it was also refreshing. I felt like
I wanted to offer
something
this
that I could
practice for
use.
Hiram, this being his first time dealing with yoga, because he's one of our frontline workers in the movement for Black Lives, particularly when it comes to our youth here in Philadelphia.
It would be a lot more challenging or inaccessible to me than they were, and so I have some stuff that I can try on my own.
Boom.
Things to try. I mean, how to be more conscious of my body or specific stresses on specific areas that I wasn't conscious of before or wasn't really paying too much attention to before. And it was deeply relaxing at the end. So a lot of stress and then just becomes deeply relaxing. I think a lot more relaxing than I would have been able to get to had I not done all the stuff before.
Yeah, and can you talk a little bit about like what?
I wanted to ask Hiram about the breath
breath
because
work
I
is
noticed
for
that
you?
during our practice, I had to keep
And
reminding
if you
him
can
to
just, like,
connect with the
answer that
breath.
in a complete
And
sentence.
that ultimately it's my hope that he offers this same kind of practice
In the
in his
beginning,
meetings with
coming
his
in,
staff as well.
It was very difficult to relax my mind, relax my body, because my mind was racing, trying to anticipate and predict what was going to happen today, what was going to happen in the next steps before they happen. And
I can't help but feel, but
was
these
allowed me
are
to
standard fears of a lot of
focus
community
my mind and my
organizers.
attention on just that, the breathing, and it calmed and relaxed my mind enough to be fully present in what was happening and take advantage of that. It also relaxed my body, so those stress areas became less stressed, or the strain on them decreased as the more I focused on my breath and the deeper that I breathed in and exhaled.
Shani and her squad are dope, and they have been dismantling white supremacy one shutdown at a time in the neighborhood.
My preferred pronoun is they, them, and theirs. I go by she sometimes too. And I am the creator and co-founder of the Black and Brown Workers Collective. Today was incredible. I feel like my core has been opened up. I feel really connected to Earth right now. I expressed earlier that this is sort of the way I always want to feel when engaging in the work of liberation, whether that is like speaking at a forum, building collectively in a space. Like, I feel like right now, how I feel right now, I'm able to like have really crisp clarity and sort of like a sacred pause before I speak, or like really thinking more critically about even what I'm going to say next. That's how present I feel. And so I'm excited about this. I feel like I want to make this a regular part of my practice. Even if it's minimal, even if it's not 90 minutes, but even if it's like 15, it's something. So yeah.
Awesome. And then what does yoga do for you?
Yeah. Yoga helps me to be in my body. And as a survivor, like many of us are, like as a survivor of violence, that's really important to me. And it's also been really hard for me. So any tools like I can pull in to help me be more in my body, I want to do. Yoga does that.
As someone who has worked with trans youth and HIV populations, I wanted to ask Key what yoga has meant for him, particularly in trying to make yoga accessible for people in our community.
It's a loaded question. Yoga for me means everything. I mean, I think it's a way of life. I think it's a practice. It's a way for me to stay in touch with myself, and it's something that reminds me that, like, I have the power to get through challenges, that I have strength, that strength takes time to build. So it's just like a reflection. It's like always a reflection. It's like looking in the mirror and being okay with the truth. That's what it's for.
Shishina has also incorporated yoga as a part of her practice and seen it as critical and part of her being an organizer.
My name is Shishina. Oh, I was like, I should have said exhale. My name is Shishina Alexis Bray Adwa Saba, and I am co-director of Sankofa Community Empowerment. I'm a member of the campaign to bring Mumia home, and I am the founder of Going Inwards.
Shishina shared with me that the most active part of her practice right before work is actually meditation. She works in a very small cubicle downtown, and so meditating through deep breathing is a really important part of getting grounded for the day. Shishina's words around meditation as spiritual resistance reminded me of words that our immersion encouraged me to write. The practice of yoga is not an escape of the mind. It is a journey inward to the deepest parts of ourselves. It is a rooting into our foundation so that the portals of our hands and feet connect with the core of the earth throughout our journey. It is conscious breathing, a conscious feeling through the dark anatomy to more fully arrive in the fullness of our body. It is the stretching of the heart and limbs so that we can bring awareness to the undiscovered parts of ourselves, come face to face with our light, our shadow, our internal oppressor, our colonizer, our occupier, our war hawk, our sea captain. It is a reclaiming of the mind and body so that we may create room for ancestral wisdom to be heard. It is a witnessing, a softening, and a strengthening. Deep honesty and compassion. It is breath in the midst of war and lightning in the thick of a storm.